Hello and welcome to PVS Engage. Today we're going to talk about tyres and, importantly, how you manage your suppliers and, as a result of good management, take some savings away that you can report back into the business. Let's deal with managing the supplier. So, having a good relationship with your tyre management business company is really important, and regularly engaging with them to continuously work together to meet your required service level arrangements and your KPIs that you have as a combined supplier management relationship. There are four key areas that I think anybody who's managing tyre suppliers need to think about. So the first one, service work. We should try and engage with our suppliers to allow them to come in to your depots and then start being proactive with service-based tyre work. And what I mean by that is not just replacements, but looking at tyres and seeing if things can be repaired, or turning on the rim, or moving some of the tyres around so that you can get the best wear out of those tyres. Another key element that we need to be focusing on is response times. So we all know downtime is a real problem for anybody managing any sort of vehicles. Ensuring the supplier is engaged in meeting your required response times is really important, because it avoids the costs of downtime management. The third point, policy adherence. Now, it's critical that your supplier understands what your fitting policy is. And what do I mean by fitting policy? What I mean by that is your preferred manufacturer for tyres. There are certain areas that within the transport world that would say, actually, I damage my tyres all the time, so therefore perhaps a more budgetary tyre policy is better than a premium tyre policy. However, there will be others where they have no damage on their tyres, and a premium tyre which will last longer in tread wear would be a better solution. It's really important to talk to your supplier so you can understand what that policy should look like, and that they can support you in adhering to that strategy. The fourth policy that I think you need to be managing is compliance. Being compliant with health and safety standards is paramount, yeah? And one of the biggest things on tyres is the tread depth. So we all know for cars and vans under 3.5 tonnes, that legal requirement is greater than 1.6 mil. HGVs, that's 1 mil. However, there will be various things that you might want to change as a result of that. So if you have a winter fleet that, let's just say you're a council and you're doing gritting as an example, you might say for the gritters, you have a policy that says their tyre depth has a minimum of 4 mil. So it's really important that as you're doing this compliance piece, you use the data that your supplier is able to provide you to then act. So you can act on the data that they're providing you, and you can provide a really good, compliant policy within your business. And good supplier management typically leads to a great partnership which supports you, your internal customer, and the supplier. Let's move on to data. So we know no two fleets are the same. So the tyre wear, the tyre damage, etc. will vary, and there will be different factors that cause that. So if we look at, for example, an aggregate company, they'll be going in and out of quarries as an example. There will be companies that do trunking. So those are completely different tyre policies and data that will be needed. And therefore it's really crucial to be able to capture and analyse and understand that data in a good and almost coherent manner. And it's that analysing of that data that you need the support from your supplier to enable you to understand. Understanding trek depth and fleet profiles can put a bit of a spike in tyre usage. However, sometimes if we can make a very proactive and sort of sensible approach to how we manage this, then again that will bring to some massive cost savings. And then finally, on what we're trying to do here is damage repairs. When we're looking at how tyres are replaced today, once you've got your data in play, it's really, really important to understand, actually, can that tyre be repaired rather than replaced? So, and I give you for example on that. So there are various punctures that will happen within your fleet that you could probably get repaired and then put with your supplier for them to utilise on another vehicle. And therefore, you're doing two savings. You've got the cost of repair, which will be cheaper than a brand new tyre. You have an environmental saving because you're not then having to buy new tyres, and that new tyre has a CO2 attached to it because of the oil, because of the production of that tyre, etc., etc. All of that will add to a really good tyre policy that will support you, support your business, and allow you to benefit from having a great tyre strategy in play. Hopefully that gives you a good understanding of how to put together a tyre strategy. At PVS, we are here to support you with that tyre strategy. We are here to help you with that tyre strategy, and we can support you with your suppliers, managing your cost savings, helping you get the best you possibly can out of your tyre policy. Any questions, give me a call, drop me a line, happy to help.